we broke new ground with this successful women conversation.
I know, I know. Or maybe everyone should just be single and happy, or learn how to. Why is it that people feel the need to like have someone? Let's talk about that. What is that about, you think?
I think it's primal.
Yeah, but then there are some people that are like, well, I like being alone, and then they're content with that. So is that a bad thing, you know? Holy, welcome.
I don't think it's bad if they come to that conclusion independently, but I'm not convinced that we or they always do. Sometimes it feels societally influenced.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I want to have someone, but like, I don't want to rush it because every time I rush it, it just doesn't end up well. Um, but now I'm more mature, wiser, older, smarter. So now I feel like the next partner I get, I'll get a better one, you know? Hey, M. So be better. Yep.
I think that's part of what makes it feel harder is that
I am. Hi, Loka.
you get more experience.
Exactly.
You filter out so many people. I feel that way.
hmm Well, the secret is learning from your mistakes with that, you know, in relationships. Hey, Loka, how are you? What are you doing?
What do they say?
Huh?
It's something like it's really cheesy. It's like learning to love again is like a triumph of hope over experience.
Exactly. So, um, are you single? You have someone?
I'm single,
Yeah. When was your last relationship?
2018.
Okay. So who broke up with who? What happened there?
Uh, I think we still know each other. Obviously, we know each other. I think that
Yeah, Loka.
a real friction point was entrepreneurship. So,
What do you mean by that? Like, what? No, why'd you guys break up?
well, I think on my end, I wasn't really ready. I wasn't where I thought I would be at that age.
Hmm.
You know, I was one of those,
It's a learning thing. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Sure. Oh yeah. I had some dumb relationships too. Where I was like, why did I even go in there like with that person? Like made no sense. And like I don't want to say I have regrets, but damn, I should just known better or something. I'm like, damn, I wasted so much time and for what? Where did that get me? Nowhere. And I'm mad at myself because I feel like I just should have known. I just should have. I wish I was as strong then as I am now. Yeah, that's what I wish. He lives in England, what New England, he said, Loca. So
yeah. I don't regret any of it, and I don't think
things
that it was
happen.
necessarily wasted time, but I do look at it now a little more through the lens of a girl
Mhm.
than maybe at the time I was pretty selfish looking at it like a guy would.
Yeah, well, you can't be selfish in a relationship. That's not good. Because when you get in a relationship, it's not all about you at that point. And that's what people sometimes
Yeah.
need to forget, you know? Yep. Well, we all live and we learn.
When was your last relationship?
About like two, I think going on like almost 2 years ago. Yeah. Yep, time flies. It's crazy. Yep, almost 2 years ago. Welcome in, guys.
Do you think that's if I got in a relationship now,
Loca, thank you.
that I didn't think was, could be long term. I don't know if I would feel like I was wasting my time
And why is that?
because I think I have what could be a misguided view that I'm going to find that person when I'm, 5 years from now.
It is just so complicated. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't. They say it happens when you least expect it, when you're least looking. Hey, Kim, you know, all this stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Relationships are very hard. That's all I know. Um, do I want one? Yes, but I don't know. Am I going to be good at it? Who knows?
I don't know if anyone thinks they're good at it.
But what I do want is the guy to take my good and my weaknesses. Because I had an ex, but the problem with him was he was not a supportive ex, like a boyfriend, not a supportive boyfriend at all. He was so critical on all my negatives. And like, well, do you have any positives to say about me? Like, he was always just like like almost criticizing. I don't like that. But I guess he didn't really love me, so that's why he did it. So I shouldn't have stayed for so long, but I did for X, Y, and Z reasons. But that's the things I don't want to do going forward. Like, if I know something's toxic or not good for me, I want to be strong enough to be like, okay, I don't need you, goodbye, kind of a thing. But again, so many people, the fear of loneliness or the fear of whatever, or you know what I mean, or settling and stuff like that. It's a real worry for some people, and I can see why. And you know, yeah, but you have to want better and deserve better because life is too short. I'm too overqualified. I'm dead, Travis. But yeah,
I was thinking earlier how it sounds weird to say, but I think I want to be like the last resort for someone.
oh, why? That would be
Because
settling.
what?
That's like settling, though.
Yeah, they would be settling. I wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah, but hmm, what sounds desperate, Travis? Get out of here, Travis. Why? Send me a heart. Me, your thing is gray. It's hard. I know. I don't know, man. I sometimes dating just freaks me out, and I'm like, great. Knowing my past, I'm gonna get another freaking psychopath, and that's gonna be it. That's why I think I'm okay with the break right now. I'm like, I don't want to do it wrong this time. I just don't. So
Are you willing to just wait? Just wait, wait, wait.
I don't want to wait forever because, like, unfortunately, women have biological clocks. But but I always say, if I find a guy way past my clock, then I'll just adopt or something, whatever. What am I gonna do about it? Freezing my eggs is just too expensive. So, Kim, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, a lot of my friends who
MVP Kim. Let's see. Kim M. Travis Loca, thank you.
I would have this conversation with, friends from school or friends from activities. But I mean, we would have had this conversation 5 years ago or even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But to have it now, it doesn't make sense because like they're
I
like
think.
thinking about what I'm thinking about. They were thinking about that like you know, they were thinking about that years ago.
Yeah. So what do you do for work?
I do stocks.
Okay. Wait, that's like a job?
Well, you can make bets. So it's a little bit like astrology for men.
Are you good at it? Kim, thank you.
I do a lot of the
Kim, what do you mean and?
like really small stocks.
Wait,
So
why is it for men? It's only
um,
for men?
that's something people say is
Oh.
stocks. It's like astrology for men
Oh.
because you're just drawing lines and it can go up.
Oh, okay, okay. You live by yourself?
No, no.
Oh, who do you live with?
I live with family
Texas, what up? Why do you live with family?
because I've lived here for
Kim, thank you.
a while and it's probably the nicest house I can live in by far.
Mm. Texas, be quiet. I can ask questions. The hell? You want me to just stare at the screen? Be quiet, Texas. You didn't give me a heart me. I'm mad at you. How tall are you?
I am 6'0".
Okay, that's a good height. What is my people in your chat saying right now?
That's what I was looking. They
I'm
are
mortified.
um
I can only imagine.
they're not very.
Adam, hey.
Yeah,
Is anyone
not
writing anything?
they're not very constructive.
Oh, that happens.
I kind of wonder. I can't figure it out. This successful woman bit is really bothering me. It really is.
Why?
Because
Tell us your thoughts.
I was hanging out with someone who was going to Murray Hill in New York City
Just
to
by walking.
do the finance route.
Mm-hmm.
And in finance, six
Okay,
five
Kim.
trust fund.
Right.
And what he says is what a lot of guys say is that if you don't make a lot of money, you're going to end up with a boss babe, a girl boss.
If the guy doesn't make money,
Yeah.
are you talking about doesn't make more money than the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's wrong with the boss babe? What?
So
So what
that's
if he doesn't make as much as she does? Is
so
that
that's
okay?
that's the question, right? Because pretty much every successful woman and girl I know at this point, they use the word girl, like I'm girl bossing this week, or I'm locked in or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
who that's successful that's a woman is not, strong.
So women can be strong in many ways, right? You're only speaking about the financial part of it, right? But I don't know. If I'm gonna date someone, I kind of want just because I'm not making a lot of money, I want him to make more than me, to be honest. Because you can't have two poor people falling in love with each other. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're gonna struggle with two kids while both of you are poor as fuck. That don't even make sense. For the love of God, at least one of you, please bring home the bacon.
I
Because
agree.
once the bills come in, love goes out the window, and most divorce happens because of financial reasons. That's like the number one reason. So, is money everything? No, but is it really important sometimes? Yeah, it can be if you want a nice house for that kid and stuff. You bet.
You
So,
you almost sound like he sounds like
who's he?
he's
MVP. Adam M Kim
He's not
Big
Jewish. Maybe he is Jewish. He's
Texas.
conservative.
Who?
This is the finance bro archetype.
Who are you talking about right now? You almost got me lost. Oh my
I'm
god, damn
talking.
pigeons. They're
I'm
getting
talking.
loud.
I'm
I
talking
pick
about this
what?
this 22-year-old, 21-year-old life coach finance guy that is just talking about how you better make a lot of money or you're going to end up with a girl boss. And it kind
But
of
what?
sounds like
But what's wrong with that necessarily?
that's what I'm
Do
struggling
you
with.
think? Do you? I think I know what the issue is. I think some men don't like it because you guys are emasculated by the woman making more money because it's down. You know, men are taught like, oh, you got to be the provider, da 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 da, right? That's just how it is. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if the girl makes more than the man. But the girl has to be okay with him being kind of not at the same level. She has to be okay with that. But not every woman's okay with that. I think it's all a personal preference and choice. Yeah, to each their own. Because my mom was the breadwinner when I was growing up. My dad, well, they were also 30 years apart, but like, you know, my dad was kind of retired from being a cop, but my mom made all the money, way more. So my dad was the one that brought me to school and fed me and stuff. It's like they kind of like role switched, if you will.
How old were they when they met?
I don't know. My mom was a little crazy. She said she walked in the bar and fell in love with this guy who like ran the bar. And he was like, I think almost 30 and she was 17. But my mom was ahead of her time, and he had 8 children and all this. It's a mess. But then when I was 12 or 13, they separated. Yeah,
He was a policeman.
they had other issues. Yeah, New York City cop, and owned his own restaurant and bar in Queens, New York. It was like a gay bar out of all things. Yeah,
Sounds like a character.
yeah, he was, I guess, in his own way. Yeah, yeah. When my dad died, he was like 91, and then my grandma, a year after him, died at age 92. It was wild. They were like the same age. It was so weird. Like when I was with my dad a lot, they thought he was my grandpa half the time. Yeah, weird. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's just like I just think one party has to be like the main breadwinner. You can't have two poor people. You could, but if you do that, make sure they're both goal oriented and they're like going towards their dream, you know, and not just relying off the government for help the rest of
Yeah.
their life, you know. Then it's a little dicey. But you can have two young people that are making a lot of money and but they have to be very ambition. They have to be very ambition. Like you have to have a lot of ambition. Um I don't think money is everything, but you still need it if you want a comfortable lifestyle. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what worries me about the being the breadwinner as the man?
Why is that?
There is the fear that if I don't do that, I'll be emasculated. But there's also a fear that if I do that and focus everything on money, then I'm basically playing a role that isn't fit for this day and age. So I'm playing a character that doesn't like isn't evolved where we are.
Why is this topic so concerning to you? What's wrong? Hey, Auntie. Auntie, we're having a nice conversation about men being emasculated if the woman makes more money than him. So join in, Auntie.